All right, so now we're going to be talking about performing arts organizations. And this is something I'm truly, truly passionate about. And so I want to give a very big, warm welcome to Caitlin Richardson, president of Stage. Hi, Caitlin, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for asking. Tell us, what is Stage? And, what does Stage do?
Okay, so Stage is a completely student-run theater organization. Nobody needs to be a theater major or have any theater background to join Stage. We essentially produce our own shows, we write our own shows, we have a whole writers guild where we write scripts and stuff like that. We direct our own shows, we tech our own shows, and we act in our own shows. So there's really like a well-rounded experience for theater people in Stage, and it's really
Yeah.
cool.
And so how many times a year do you have performances? What does a normal schedule look like? Tell us about what that process is like.
So a normal schedule for Stage when we're not, in a pandemic, is we try to do 3 to 4 shows a year, but we do a small show, which we typically call Yikes, and then we
Mhm.
might add a title after it. So like we would do Yikes, and then we could do Yikes 2, Electric Boogaloo,
Right.
something silly like that. Then we do this thing called Soaps, which is student one-act plays. So they're a little bit longer, whereas Yikes is a show compiled of several sketches. Then we do another Yikes in the winter semester,
Mhm.
followed by a full-length play,
Right.
typically like 50 to 150 pages.
Right.
It's definitely our big show. So yeah, that's what we
Awesome.
do.
Absolutely. And I think you talked about this a little bit, but I really wanted to push and elaborate a little more on that. But, you talked about COVID-19, how that kind of, put a dent in a lot of our plans. How does your organization, how are you all adapting to this climate, and what changes are you making for this year?
Yeah, so last semester we were fortunate enough to be able to do a show.
Mhm.
We did it in the Cook Do It Center, um, which was a big change for us, just because we usually perform in Area 51.
Mhm.
But we did that so we could social distance. And it was just a lot of like virtual auditions, virtual directing, stuff like that. We would meet in person if we could, masks on, social distancing, and all that. But yeah, so we try to do a different like skill building session every week. We're actually going to switch to every other week this semester just
Okay.
because it's just a little bit easier with COVID.
Sounds like a lot of fun. How can, I'm trying to search for your organization. How can I find you and your organization? Where should I go, and what does that process look like?
Yeah, so we do have a LakerLink page. You can
Mhm.
find us on there. It's just all caps Stage, no periods, just STAGE. And yeah, we have an Insta, but we don't tend to use that a lot. Facebook, Twitter are the main things we interact with, but we do try to get back to everybody on LakerLink. So I encourage anybody looking to join a club, looking to join Stage, use LakerLink. That's how we get out our meeting times and stuff like that. But we also have a weekly email that we send out. It's just stage@mail.gvsu.edu that we can use. So yeah.
Absolutely. Caitlin, from one thespian to another, I tell you, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I really encourage everyone to go check out their performances. I know I will, so make sure, let us know when you guys are performing, and please check them out on LakerLink and join them. Caitlin, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You.